So let's begin. Before I begin, have you all created your EC2 instances and able to log in there? Have you all done with the setup? Any difficulties there?
Yeah, I created free account and launched Linux VM.
Okay. Everyone have done that, I believe. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
All right. So yeah, let's begin with the topic today. Today we'll look into the user management. Okay. So I have logged in as EC2 user. EC2 user by default doesn't have a password. We can set the password to any user using the command sudo password EC2 user. I'm going to set the password also as EC2 user. Okay, password is set. And if you set the password, you can see them here. Etsy password, of course, password is not visible, but yeah, you can see the username, the user ID, right? Some description to the user, the home directory of the user. Like I mentioned in the last class, this is called the root directory. The parent directory. Okay, you have everything under this root. This is called the root folder or parent folder. And whenever you create a user, every user will have a home directory created in this path by the same name. And also every user will be added into the group by a same name. Whenever you create a user, a group with the same name will be created by this name. Right, these are the things you have to make a note. And now I have created, I have EC2 user, I have also set a password for it. Similarly, what if you want to create some other user? Yes, you can do that using add user command, add user Tom. But permission denied, it means only root user will have permissions to create new users, and to have such permissions, sudo will do, right? Groups Tom. If you see, I created user Tom, and groups and the username will show the groups of this particular user. Like I said, whenever you create a user, a group by the same name will also be created and the user will be attached to it. So here you can see the groups of it. And if you want to see list of all the groups, HC group. Okay, here you can see city user and Tom user. And see group ID is assigned with the next serial number, right? And if you want to see groups of EC2 user, groups EC2 user. See, he is added, okay, typo. He'll be added into, see, EC2 user group and also some other predefined groups. If you want to see Tom group, groups, Tom, right? And also this user will be shown under like HC password. See, okay. And HC groups, the group name will be shown in HC group. See, and home directory will be created. Suppose you can alter these groups. See, what is this users and groups? Users are nothing but human users who can log into the server, right? And groups are, let's say you want to have similar permissions to a set of users. You can create a group and then assign the permissions to the group. We will look into assigning permissions to the users and groups so that it makes more sense. Okay. First, let's see how to add this user to a particular group. Like, let me see groups of Tom. See, he was into Tom group. Suppose I want to add some other group. I want to create a new group altogether. I'm creating a group called sudo group add Devops. Okay, this is how you can create a group. Now I want to add this Tom to this group. User mod command. User mod -g Devops means Tom will be added to this group. Tom. So 1 second. Yeah. So user mod minus G Tom. And then groups. Let's see now the groups of Tom. See, earlier Tom was added into only Tom group. But now you can see here Tom is added to Devops group. Can you all see that? Yeah, like that means you can add the users to different groups. You can modify them, right? Also, if you want to delete any group, sudo group delete. Let's say I want to delete this Tom from Tom. Sudo group, let me delete this group. Now, if you see groups Tom, uh, sudo group delete Tom. We are still seeing this. Oh, yeah, Tom group is anyway, it might be removed. You can see the list here. Let's see groups. Yeah, see here, do you see that? Tom group is no more, right? I have deleted Tom group completely. Following everyone? These are the simple operations like how you create a group, how you add a user to a group, and so on. Let's suppose.
Pritika, every user have the group.
Hmm?
This is required.
Hmm?
Every user you can create a group.
Yes, actually, every user by default will be present in his own group by default for the first time. Means whenever you
Okay.
create Tom group, okay, Tom will be added under his, Tom user will be under Tom group. Later on, what I did, I have removed him from Tom group and added him into Devops group. Okay, later on, I completely deleted this Tom group. That's what I did. Understood?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, first, like I have created a Tom. Let me show you. See, I have created user, right? So it need user sudo permissions, admin permissions, root user permissions, so sudo. Then I have checked the groups of Tom. He was into Tom group, and those groups will be listed in this file. Then what I did, I have this is to check what are the groups this EC2 user under. What are these groups Tom is user is under. Okay, all the password, username senior, group senior. Okay, then I did groups Tom to see the list. Then what I did, I just created this new group. Then I have added this Tom to this new group using this command. Tom is added to DevOps group. Means he's removed from Tom group and he was added to DevOps group. So I deleted Tom group. Okay. Sorry, I listed the groups, then I deleted Tom group. Right?
So
This is
how can we add the same user to multiple groups rather modifying?
minus AG. We can also do that.
Okay.
Let me show you. G will remove him from the current group and add him to a new group. If you just want to append whom to a new group, user mod minus AG. This will append. Let's say I'm adding Tom to admin group. Admin is a system defined group. So I'm adding Tom to admin group. Tom is already into which group now? Tom
Yeah.
DevOps.
DevOps group. He will also be added into admin group. It will not remove him from DevOps group. Whereas if you use minus G, he will remove from the existing group and he'll be added into new group. But this will append. See, groups of Tom. See, he was added into two groups. This is called primary group. This is called secondary group. Got it? That's how you can append. Okay. And suppose now I want to delete this Tom from admin group, from secondary group. Secondary group means this one, second one in the list. If you want to delete him, G password minus D Tom admin. That is how you'll remove him from the, see, removing user from admin group. See here, he is into only primary group, DevOps group. Got it? Everyone?
Yeah.
Rakesh understood?
Yeah.
Rakesh, Subhash, Sagar, everyone. Any difficulty?
No.
No.
All right. So we know how to create the users groups. This groups and users makes more sense when you give permissions to them, isn't it? You are creating group because they have similar permissions. So that when you give permissions, that makes more sense. So now let's see how to give permissions to the files and folders and how users can access them. So I'm a EC2 user. I'm just going to this TMP folder. Here I would like to give some permissions to this file, like a touch. I'm just creating some file under TMP. You may create anywhere. I'm just creating here. Okay, I will also create a directory called demo directory or demo folder. See, directory is nothing but folder. Okay. Now ls or long list. See, long list will show you the permissions. These are all permissions, owner group. I'll explain them in a minute. So if you want to see long list of only one particular file, you give the file name here. Okay. This is how you can see. And now let me do one thing. Let's see the permissions of these files and folders. See, this is the permissions of this file. Mm. Okay, you can interpret this way. Okay, permissions will be in three formats. I'll talk about it. Let me just place this here. This is the permissions of the folder. Okay, so now if you see this, see, this is how the first part indicates, hyphen indicates it's a file. This is the permission of demo.txt. This is the permission of folder. This is demo.txt. This is the folder permissions. Demo directory. Okay, now let's see here. See, the first part, this indicates this is the file. See here, D indicates it's a directory, right? If it is a directory, you will have it as D. D indicates it's a directory. Then what is the next part? Read, write, hyphen. Actually, read, write, execute are the three permissions. Hyphen means it doesn't have execute permissions. It's only read, write. Means this user has got read, write permissions. Okay. And this is the owner permissions. First section is the owner of the file. Second section, second part is the owners group. Means owners primary group. Owners group permissions. Whoever in the owners group will have these permissions. Anyone else means others will have these permissions. Same is the case here also. First one is owner, owners group, okay, others. Okay, now owner, who is the owner of this file? Whoever created this is the owner, this is the owners group. Okay, so now tell me what is the owners group permissions of this file demo.txt?
Read write.
Read, write. Owner's permission?
Owner same.
Same. And what about others? Let's say what about Tom permissions? Tom comes under which category? Owner, owners group or others?
Tom is others. Read only.
Only read permission. Same is the case for any folder also. So you have to define them this way. First hyphen, first literal indicates it's a file or folder. D means directory. Second bunch, second three characters indicates owner permission. Then the next other three characters indicates owners group. Then the others indicates owners permissions. Got it, everyone? Any questions? So here if you see, owner has got read write. Read write means he can edit the file. Let me show you. Suppose if you open this file, demo.txt, because EC2 user is the owner, he can write, he can edit, save it, he can do anything. Right? He can do anything here. Okay? Owners group. What owners group can do? Owners group means whoever this EC2 user is under. If you run groups, it will show you owners group of it. Right? He was into admin group. Now let's do one thing. Let's say I'll switch to root Tom user. How to switch to user?
SU.
SU
User.
hyphen username. Right? So also before that, let me set password for this user Tom. Sudo password Tom. Sorry. Sudo password Tom. I'm setting the password. Done. Now switch to Tom. How do you switch? SU hyphen username. Okay, now I become a Tom user. Right? As a Tom user, let's go to that file. That file is under TMP. See? Now let's try to edit this file. At the bottom, do you see? Warning, changing a read-only file. You can't edit that. Let me try. Still, let me try. Enter, escape. Okay, I'm trying to save this. See? Can't open file for return. Please enter the command or type command to continue. It can't save this. Got it, everyone? Just he can read, means he can see the contents of it. See, he cannot edit the file. Got it, all of you? Understood how groups comes into picture? Now let's suppose I want to give this Tom user edit permissions. Who can give permissions? I'm exiting, I came back. Only the owner can give permissions, or else root user can give permissions. Owner is EC2 user, so EC2 user can give permissions. How to give? Chmod, change mod, okay? And I want to give this, he comes under others, right? Others, if you want to add permissions, O plus W means you are adding the right permissions. O means others. and the file name. Okay, now if you see here, do you see RW at the last? Earlier there is only R, but now RW. Again, let's go to your Tom, su-Tom. Tom is the password. So, hmm. Now let's go to, now let's try to edit demo.txt. See, bottom it's not showing any warning. Also, if Tom try to put some message, some content here, and if it tries to save it, yes, he can edit the file. Got it, everyone? See, he added some line here. Understood?
Is it the default the permission for any file that is being created newly, or for
Only for this
no?
particular file.
Okay. And the EC2 user is part of multiple groups, right? So if I keep the new user into that group, one of the group, then he'll also have access to that, right? Read write.
Yes, yes, of course. If you add him into the group, yes. Whatever the permissions the group have, he will be having same permissions. Yes. I'm going back to EC2 user. Okay, so how do you add the permissions? Using chmod. So you may do chmod. O means others. Suppose I want to add permissions, execute permissions means X. Okay, what is execute permissions? If it's a script file, any executable, it can have those permissions. See, the color also changed. It became executable file, right? See here, first part, RWX. Yeah, I'll show you where you, to which files you give this execute permissions. But yeah, that's how you can give U plus X. Suppose you want to add execute permissions for all groups. Sorry, for all parts means even for owner's group, okay, for everyone. Then you can give it like plus X. Okay, plus X means it will add for owner, group, others. See here. Owner, group owner, others. For everyone, it will add plus X. Suppose I want to remove this permission for all. Minus. See, my execute is removed for everyone. Okay. So for owners, it is U. For others, it's O. What is it for group? Group plus X, W. Already it is there. So X. Only for group. See, only for group you have execute. Suppose if you want to remove it, G minus X. Understood, everyone? Following? Any difficulties, any questions, anyone lost?
So when I create a new file, right, by default, what will be the permissions?
The default permissions are the first one we have seen, right? Owner
Okay.
will have
Okay.
read write, user is having read write, the other one is having only read.
Okay.
Okay, this is one way of giving the permissions, G plus X or G minus X, U plus X, and so on. Another one is numeric mode. You can give permissions through numeric mode. This numeric mode is like for read it is 4, write it is 2, for execute it's 1, and those are available in your drive. This is your drive. If you go to your drive, here is some chart. Can you all see that? Yeah. This is the chart which has got the numeric mode, like 1 means, see, execute means 1, write means 2, execute plus write 3. This is the numeric mode, and you can give this way permissions. 7 means read, write, execute. Read, write only if you need means 6. First literal indicates owner permissions. Second digit indicates group owner. Third digit is others. This method is widely used. Right? Let me show you ls minus l. Suppose you want to change any of these permissions. Okay, using this numeric mode. How you can do is chmod. Suppose I want to give read, write, execute 7. Owner will have 7, group will have 7, others will have 7. See? Execute was added, which makes total 7. Suppose I want to make only read by owner and everyone else should not have any permissions. Okay, 400. First one is for owner. 4 means, what is 4? See here. 4 means read, right? So, for they only see here. Only owner has read, no one else have any permission. Chmod for. Okay, suppose I want to give owner read write. How much? What should I give for owner? What is the number? Read write means
4 plus 2, 6.
6, right? So 6. And for others, I want to give read. Only read means,
4.
and others also I want to give read. So, right? You can see here accordingly. See, these are the things which needs little practice. These are simple, but practice means every day in Windows, you might be working in Windows. If you want to give permissions, you will right click, you will go to properties, you will add from the GUI, right? This is from the CLI, and this is how you give permissions. Concept is same, CLI way. So little practice will help you. Any questions? Suppose, see, you can also change the owner and the groups of the file as well. Let me show you. ls minus l demo.txt. Okay, if you want to change the owner of the file, sudo chown. I want to add Tom as the owner and admin as the group. Okay, here you can see. See? Do you see here earlier? This is the owner, this is the group owner. Now Tom and admin is the owner of the file. You can change the ownership as well. Suppose if you want to change only the ownership, that also you can do. Sudo chown. I want to make EC2 user as the owner again. That's all. That will just change owner of the file. See? This is admin group. If you want to change the group only, change group command, change group, Devops. I want to add Devops as a group. Demo.txt. See? He is removed from admin group. This is the earlier one. And he was added to Tom group. So say change group, change owner with user owner name colon group name. You can do this way. Or else if you only give this, owner will be changed. If you want to change only group, change group command. Right? This needs little practice.
So, Kriti, can you explain that owner with the group name for?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, no, the first one, Tom
One?
with
Okay.
admin.
Okay, one. See, this is to change the first part is owner, colon group owner. If you want to change both, this is how you can do. Change on owner, group owner. Right. So Tom becomes a user owner, admin becomes the owner's group. Okay. Then if you want to
Okay.
change only the owner, just the owner name will do. Don't put this colon and the group name.
Okay.
Same command owner. If you want to change only the group, then change group name. He'll be removed from that whatever group he is into and he'll be added into this group. This becomes the owner's group.
Okay.
Practice it. Okay, little practice every day will do. Okay, you can execute the same commands once or thrice. Try out, experiment the things that will help you. And also, once you have done this hands-on, take up this quiz on the portal on a Linux quiz. This will help you much. Then go to Linux. I think it is on day 2. Okay, see here. All the grep commands we have seen, everything, I think it is in the 3 users groups. Yeah. Okay, what is the command to delete a user? What is the octet value, means the numeric value? Everything was there. Can you please take up those quiz after the class? See here, some small practice you have. Definitely go through that. Okay. So that is about users and permissions. And we have seen users permissions. Let's look into package management. In the last class, we have installed some packages. Do you remember, like a small package called Git, right? We installed Git. Do you remember that? So let us install few more packages. I would just want to show you some packages which we use in general, like HTTPD package. What is HTTPD? What is a web server?
Yeah, web server
Hmm?
package. HTTP is D is web server, right?
Yeah, it's a web server. HTTPD is a web server. This is used to host any website, static pages, or it can be used in multiple ways. Okay, just a second. Web server. HTTPD is one web server where you can host your web pages, right? Like any index HTML pages or PHP files can be hosted here. Nginx also similar. Nginx is far advanced. It can be used for many things, but this is a web server. So let us install how to install this HTTPD and how you host a website or how you check the status of any service. These general things, let's see. Now, you will install anything using yum, right? Yum install HTTPD. M is the package manager. It will help you in installing and uninstalling the packages. Depending on the distribution, these package changes. So, yum package manager, package is installed. You have to start it. Systemctl start HTTPD. Systemctl is a system, the utility which will help you manage your services. Now it is started. Status. See, it says active and running. Okay, fine, it's running. But on which port is it running? Okay, this HTTPD runs on some default port called 80. But let's suppose, I don't know, I want to check it. Okay, fine. In Linux, it will run on with some process ID. See, PID means process ID 3720. See, I'm showing some small commands. This is networking command. Just remember it, that is enough. Netstat -lntub. It will show you all the services running here. But I want to check this part. So what you will do? We have learned pipe command. You remember pipe grep global regular expression means in this output, in this whole output, it will give us, it will grep us this number. See, process ID 3702 HTTP is running on port 80. Do you see that? That's a default port. This line it is showing. That's what grep command will do. Right? Understood everyone? It's running on port 80. Meaning, if you hit this server on port 80, you should see that. How do you get this IP address? Select this instance. When you select the instance, you will see its details. Here you will see the public IP address. From your browser, you can hit that. On port 80, you can see web server. But to see that, first of all, firewall should be added. That comes under security rules of your instance. See, this is again AWS concept. Go to security. This is the rule added, like a default one. Edit the inbound rules. Inbound rules means incoming traffic. Add a rule. It's a HTTP. So there will be something called HTTP default is 80. From anywhere I want to connect, save it. Okay, that's how you have to add that. It's like a firewall. You have to add that in the inbound rules. Now, see, do you see that welcome page? See, if you are seeing this page means HTTP web server is installed and running. Right? We have installed HTTP web server. And like what we have learned, this HTTP runs on port 80. And this is used to host any static websites. Where you should place it? Once you install, it will configure this path. This is the default path. See, it also tells you here www.html. This is called the document root location. What is meant by that? Whatever you want to host, websites, anything, you can place them here. Let's go to the command line. Go to this path. This is called the default document root location of HTTP. It's www. Right? Do you see that? It is there. There is nothing. So it's showing a welcome page. Suppose you want to host some HTML page or else some PHP page. Let's say I am creating some sample HTML page index. This will be done by developers. You don't need to know HTML. Okay, I'm just writing a sample thing so that you will understand. This will be done by developers. These files will be written by developers. So I have placed some file. Now, if you go here and refresh this, why this is not allowing for refresh? 1 minute. Okay. Now, do you see that? Whatever this is called static website hosting, a simple web page can be hosted on HTTP. Understood everyone? Yes or no, or any questions?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
These
Yes.
are the general things which everyone should know in IT. A simple web server, okay, an application server. We will see. Here we are seeing installations also. M command, M is the package manager to install them. And this is the default document root location. And whatever you put here, they can be hosted this way. And what is the default port of this web server?
80.
80.
80.
You can also change the port if you want. Means let's suppose some other service is running on your port. If you want to change the port, these are simple general things. Good to have an idea. Okay, there will be a config file when you install this HTTPD under htdpd.conf. This is where you will have all the ports configured. Do you see this? Listen 80 port. Right? That's why it's on 80. Suppose I want to put it on 90. Okay, I changed it. And also document root location where WHTML also configured somewhere here. If you want, you can see here. If you want, you can also change this, but I'm not changing it. I changed the port. Save it. Restart it. How do you restart it? Systemctl restart HTTPD. It should be restarted on port. Which port?
90.
90. Let's see. Systemctl status HTTPD. See? Process ID changed. Netstat lntup pipe grep 3812. See, it's on port 90. Meaning, see, it's not nothing here because I changed it. There's nothing on 80 port. So to see 80 port, you have to add it in the firewall, go to security, edit the inbound rules. Okay, see here, I will see only port 80. Okay, I don't want it. I can delete this rule, add another rule, custom TCP port 80. See, whenever we come across, we'll discuss this. So let me talk more about this. See here, source means from where you want to connect. Always the best practice is I should give my IP. This is my Windows machine. If I put this, okay, only I can access this. See, on 90 it's there and this is the URL kind of. I'll also share this URL with you in the Zoom chat. Can you try hitting it and see if you can see response? Hit the URL. I have given it in the Zoom chat. Can you access it? What it is saying?
The connection is not sure.
Right? You can't access because in the security rules, I have given it as only from my system I can access. This is the best thing because you cannot share it to the entire world. But what if source I will make as anywhere? Now try hitting it. Can you all see this page?
Yeah, we can see.
Everyone, have you seen that? Understood now what is this source? Yeah, this source indicates from where you want to connect. Because I have given from anywhere you all can connect. If I give only from my system or a particular server IP, only they can access it. Okay. So this is how you change the port and this is about the security rules, inbound rules on the AWS security groups. Clear everyone how to change the port, how to host any website? Rakesh, is it clear? Nagaraj, Natarajan, Pavitra,
Yeah.
Deepa.
Yeah, Preeti. I'm following you.
Thank you. Thanks for confirming. Rehan. Everyone, I may not be able to call the names. Everyone, clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So here, what are we doing? We are just seeing here what is our agenda? What are we learning here? We are learning how to install any packages in Linux using yum package manager. Then how to start the services, how to check the status, how to change the ports, right? What is the document root location? These are the general things we were looking on, right? On which port it is running, how to check. These are the general things because as we go by, we might be installing some packages, checking their status. This is how you check for any service. Let's say it might be Docker or it might be something else. Okay, this is how you start them and check their services. Okay, now we have seen web server. Let us install application server. What is an application server? Tomcat is the best example for application server, correct? Tomcat, JBoss, right? Application server is which can host some, particularly if you talk about Tomcat, where you can host some Java applications, Java servlet pages can be hosted. Okay, let us install and let's see how this is going to work. install Tomcat. It will ask for confirmation. You can also put Y here so that it will not wait for your input. Okay, fine. Tomcat is installed. And if you want to check the Tomcat, okay, you want to check where it is. This is another Linux command. Where is Tomcat? This is the one actually you should look into. USR share Tomcat. And yeah, this is called, like you have document root location, right? Similar to it. Here are all the configurations of it. Okay. And if you go to conf folder, here you can see server.xml. Do you see that? This is where all the ports will be configured. This is one way you can check where it is running. Okay, it's running on, what is the default port of Tomcat?
8080.
8080. Okay, if you want, you can check here. And what is the other way to check? Start Tomcat. Check the status. And you'll get the process ID here. See, process ID is 4507 netstat minus lntup pipe grep. What is that? 4507. So, yeah. See, do you see that? This is what you have to check. It's running on 8080. If you want, you can change it in this file, which we have seen server.xml. Okay, but I am not changing it now. It's running on port 8080, fine. But let's say I want to host some application here. You should host it under web apps directory. Remember, see, this is what we are going to containerize using Docker. Means we are automating this process. So just follow this carefully. This web apps directory is the directory where you should put some Java applications. Java artifacts you should put, and they'll be in the form of Java artifacts will be either WAR file, web archive file, Java archive file, or EAR file, and so any format. This will be given by again developers. Here we don't have any code, we don't have the project as of now, we did not start it. So let's take some sample WAR file from Google. Go to Google, sample WAR file download. See, it is available in this URL. Copy this link address. How do you download anything from the URL onto your Linux machine? See, here so many things are covered. How to install a package, how to start a service, how to check the port number, how to download something from a URL. wget. Okay, wget the URL. This will download it into whichever command, whichever place you are running. I run here. See, WAR file downloaded, it is also extracted. Means you can access it on this web server, sorry, on this EC2 instance. If you hit that on, port 8080 and the endpoint /sample, it's a sample WAR file, so endpoint would be sample. That's how it works. And to see this, first of all, firewall should be enabled. What you should do? Go to security tab, security groups, add rule, TCP. What is the port? Do you want to see it? Yeah, if I want to also allow you to see the endpoint anywhere. Now, refresh this page. Yes. I am sharing it in the Zoom chart. You all can hit that. Can you hit the URL and let me know?
Yes.
Can you access the endpoint?
Yes.
That's how websites or applications can be hosted. Of course, that's a simple way. In DevOps, we are going to automate this process. Because see, what did we do? Analyze this thoroughly. This is what we are going to automate. This is my EC2 instance. Okay. On this EC2 instance, what I did, I have installed Tomcat. I have gone to web apps directory of Tomcat. Then I have placed here var file. When developer give me var file without DevOps, if it is not DevOps methodology, I should go to the server, install Tomcat. I should check which version of Tomcat. Because this is sample, any version will work. Otherwise, I should talk to developers. I should install proper version of Tomcat and deploy the application. Right? In DevOps approach, when you containerize it, developer will just give me the var file and I will not bother about which version of Tomcat. I will not install it through yum and all. Rather, the way developer give me these changes, they'll give me this in a containerized format so that I need not worry about the underlying configurations. How is it? Like, what are the advantages? All of that we are going to learn. Okay, but just understand the manual process first. Later on, we are automating it. Why you should automate?
So,
What are the challenges we will discuss? Yes, tell me.
so yeah, this Tomcat for only for hosting Java related application, right? No other,
Java, servlet pages, kind of. Yep.
and HTTPD is for other Python or HTML.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, only these two web servers, right? In Linux, we need to know.
These are most widely used general things, basic kind of things which everyone should know. There is Nginx. Nginx can also be used as a proxy, load balancer. We will also use Nginx. Nginx is also a web server.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Preeti. This is Bhupati. How do you in the security you are setting up the IP address and other stuff, right? So, how do you allow only a specific set of users can access the site, the range? How we can set up the range?
And in the inbound rules, add a rule, custom TCP, you give the port number, and here you can give the IP address. Here I'm giving anywhere means it's like this, right? Custom. Here you can give IP address of a particular server. Ranges also, CIDR blocks you can add here like this. Okay, you should go to custom, see here. You can add different things or different domains. All of them comes when you choose this custom here. Understood?
Yeah.
Any more queries?
Ma'am, for certain services, we'll run this command systemctl start and the name of that service
Hmm.
in order to start that, and for certain we don't. I mean, could you please let me know the significance of that?
Like these are, if there are services, okay, it is installed as a service, you can start them. If it is installed as an executable or a package, you don't need to, certain services, you don't need to start them. Like HTTPD web server, Tomcat, you are starting them. You don't need to start Git and all. It is just we are downloading it and it is like an executable. You install the executable, that is enough.
What is the difference between these services and executables, ma'am?
Executable means you download some exe. Okay, you run the exe, your service, your application or your service runs. Your application is running. Your software is running. Okay, some of them will be handled as a service, like HTTPD service, Tomcat, and all. That's how those packages were configured and installed. That's all. And another thing is, see here.
Priti, the particulars and that side have the particular permission can be applied. Means particular user is access only that side.
Sorry?
Can you do this? This is the site. Means 43.208. This is the IP address.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
So that IP address is used only for the Tom user or used only for the some other user. This permission also be applied.
That will be handled at the server level, right? Like
Yes.
whoever access to that server, particular server. See, this server IP address is this one. So whoever login can access it, and that depends on networking, right? Whoever can ping that user, that you will not restrict with the user base. You will restrict with the port number and the server's IP address. See, whoever having connection or login to this user can access the server in general, right? So IP address access will not be restricted with the base of servers, on the base of servers, on the base of port numbers, on the basis of IPs, they can be controlled. Like let's suppose you don't want to share it to a particular user group will not be possible. Whereas particular IPs means, let's say these users are in this network, they can access only on these IPs. You can add only those IPs, like I have shown you some time back, right? You can add the IPs here, not the users.
Okay. So IP
Here you will
level we
add the
can manage
IPs.
that.
Those
Yeah.
IPs might be accessible in that network only where those users have access. That way you will do, not directly adding the users. You will add the IPs.
Okay. Got it.
Right, and
Thank you.
till now, till now we are running these commands, right? Suppose you want to install, okay, this is showing previous log, fine. So you are installing some packages, you are starting it, you are changing the port. We are doing each command one after the other, right? Let's suppose you have a bunch of commands, you want to run all of them together in one go. How do you do that? Isn't it? You will not sit here and just run each command one by one. You may put all of them in a one file and run all the Linux commands in one go. That's where scripting comes in, shell scripting. That's called shell scripting, right? Which can help you run a bunch of commands all together. Right, we shall start that. We shall look into that shell scripting tomorrow. We'll look into some basics of shell scripting. Okay, and when we start our pipelines, we are going to actually implement them. Means we'll use those shell scripting in our pipelines, which makes more sense. So tomorrow we shall get started with that. Any more questions today? As it is a Linux basics and it's a basic shell scripting, I don't want to put everything on a single day. Okay, let's say take some time, do hands-on. Okay, we will take up from here tomorrow so that you will not be overloaded with the content. As you get used to it, we can pick up better. Yes, any more questions? And please complete this quiz. Whatever we have done, like installations, complete everything before you join tomorrow. Yeah, tell me please.
Yeah. Can we uninstall the application server as you
You
installed
can.
it?
You can uninstall it, like using yum uninstall you can do and uninstall it. The package name or this one. Or else yum remove will also do. Yum remove git. If you do git version, okay, you have some git version 2.4. You don't need to give the entire thing. You have to do yum remove git and the package name. If you don't know the exact package name, you can do star. So whatever related to Git will be removed or uninstalled. Okay, you can try out this at the end once you are done with all the hands-on.
Okay.
Which command prompt shall we use to run all the commands? Anything you can use, Yogesh. You can use if are you on Windows or Linux? Sorry, you are on Windows or Mac?
Windows.
Windows, you can use Git Bash. Okay, that is better. Or Putty you can use. That is also fine. Anything you can use of your convenience. Or you can also use Mobexterm, which is more helpful in Windows. It will have good interface. You can also go for Mobexterm or else you can use Git Bash. Anything is same. And also the concept behind this connection SSH protocol also we will discuss tomorrow. And the next concept. SH concept and basic shell scripting we shall do tomorrow.
Ma'am, as you are talking about, earlier cases, I mean, before Dockerizing any application, the developer will give the WAR file and that will be deployed onto the Tomcat server. Ma'am, I have seen hospital management software wherein the individual developers are working on different features. I mean, some is working on appointment, some is working on billing. uh, Ma'am, what I have seen is that each time they do the changes and they'll bring something and ask the release team to deploy that. Could you please do the clarity on this, ma'am? Since I am from non-IT, I could not able to get all those things. What exactly was happening and all.
See, just for now, just understand developers write the code. Okay, they'll build the code and give you var file. This build also can be automated, and DevOps teams can automate that build process, where the build process will generate the var file. It might be created by developers or DevOps team. It's an automation process. As I'm talking about traditional approach, I was saying developers are giving the var file and ops teams were installing Tomcat and all and deploying it. Ops teams were deploying it. Now, DevOps team will deploy it, but developers are not sharing the WAR file. They are sharing overall Docker image, containerizing it. This containerization can be done by developer or DevOps teams also can do it. That doesn't need coding. Okay, you will get more clarity on it when we step into those concepts. Okay, I'm talking the things in general now, also on a high level, because we did not go to the in-depth of what is containerization, what is a build process. We did not go to those things yet. So I was just talking in general. Okay, once we step into them, you will get a more clarity on it. But yeah, like I said, build process is automated, containerization process is also automated. Anyone can do it. Nowadays, developers will do it, or else DevOps teams also do it, which doesn't need coding. Understood? Hope that answers to
Yeah,
certain.
yeah, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yeah, ma'am. In the traditional way itself, I mean, whenever they do the changes, like for example, if they do changes to the appointment feature,
Hmm.
uh, they'll ask the ops team, to deploy that new WAR file.
Hmm. Yeah. See, they'll build it and deploy it. Yes, ops teams is the one who will deploy it. Developers will not deploy it, right? They'll make the changes. Ops teams will build it and deploy it. In the traditional
Uh,
approach,
e-
they'll build and deploy manually.
okay. Each
That even
time they do
doesn't
any
need coding. Hmm.
each time they do any changes to the future, the new WAR file will be built
Hmm.
and that will be
Correct,
deployed.
correct, correct. That's how application gets deployed. And ops teams does that. In certain
Ma'am,
projects, developers will build it, ops teams will. But in certain projects or certain companies, even ops teams will build and deploy it. Hmm.
okay. Ma'am, for the whole application, there will be a single WAR file, or for each feature, there will be a single WAR file, ma'am.
Generally, for the whole application, there'll be a single WAR file. But it's not always about WAR file. Okay, it could be deployed in various formats. Also, it depends. If it is Java, it's a WAR file. Okay, for certain applications, you don't need a build process at all, like PHP, Python. Okay, it depends on technology, depends on the languages used as well. Yeah. We will go to those topics, okay? Don't confuse or don't worry more about it. We will discuss them. We will do PHP application. We'll see Java application also. You will see the difference for both. Okay, what is build, who can do it, all of this clarity will get. Any more questions?
Regarding SSH connection, like we in the EC2 instance, we download that PEM file, right? We copied that SSH key and installed
Mm.
it in our Git bash. in that path, right? So why we need that? What actually it will make?
That is what is as such concept. We will do that tomorrow. I was saying, right, tomorrow we'll do shell scripting and also this as such concept. The concept behind this connectivity.
Okay.
It is as such protocol, the concept of Linux transfer or remote control protocol, remote connect protocol. We'll do tomorrow.
And
Hi,
every
Pretty.
time when we
Yeah, you continue.
Yeah, please go ahead, someone, please.
and every time when we start the EC2 instance, this public IP gets changed.
Yes, public IP gets changed. Private IP is a static and which remains fixed. And some other question someone is asking?
Yeah, Pretty. The thing is, the AI is going to replace the DevOps
No,
things,
AA is different and DevOps is different. DevOps is a
because
complete automation strategy.
the automations that comes in the platform. In that case, is it going to replace? That is the question.
No, never. At least in the coming 10 years, at least no. See, DevOps is not just the tools. Okay, you have to decide as a person which tool to use, where to automate, which strategy to implement. All of them should be taken care manually. Okay, AI is not that developed to replace the complete DevOps strategy. It can be used like a helping hand. It can be used like an assistant. Like if you see ChatGPT, you can use it like a helping hand. I'll show you how you can use ChatGPT to use this Linux commands. Okay, someone might be worrying about I don't know Linux, or else I'm new to Linux, or else I don't know how to write scripting. All of this can be taken help through ChatGPT, which is an AI tool, right? It can be like a helping hand, but completely without zero knowledge, you can't use it. So how it will be used like a helping hand as an assistant, I'll show you. But it is not going to replace you. Once you see the usage of it, you will get certain idea. So it's not
Okay.
going to replace, at least in the coming 5 to 10 years. Later on, we never know, something else might be coming up. Any more queries? Okay, so please do the hands-on. Okay, see you tomorrow for the next part, like shell scripting as such concept. Also, how your ChatGPT can help you. I'll also show you that part. Okay. All right then. Thanks everyone. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Bye.